Pam here with BeeCreative Crafts, and welcome to Off the Hook. We are on episode 127, y'all. So tonight I'm going to be working on some whips, but first let me show y'all what I have been working on. Miss Chris K was here earlier. She said crocheting and lurking. So if you are still here, hello and welcome in. Hello, Miss Nancy. She said she shared and liked, and thank you so very much. All right, so y'all, this week I have been working on making wax melts to go in the spa sets. So if I have been at your lives, I've been listening. Even if I didn't say anything, I've been there. So this one I think turned out the best, like as far as appearances goes, and I think it's just because it's a dark color. But look at this one. Ooh, let's see if y'all can see it with the light's gonna glare on it. There we go, maybe. I might have to show you better on the other camera. But so I'm putting them in these little baggies and I'm naming them. So this one I'm calling Baked Apple Pie. Wish we had smell-o-vision because it smells so good. So I've got several of these little guys made up in this scent. And then I've got some pina colada ones, which also smell delicious. And then these are little bees. I just had some like extra wax, and so I made little bees. So you can't see the design as much on the lighter colored ones. I mean, it's there. I guess just because it's lighter, it's harder to see. But that one's called Tutti Frutti, and I got the scent was separating a little bit. There's another pina colada, and then I have a whole bunch of coffee ones. These are what do I call this one? Mocha Frappuccino. So I have a bunch of these already made up. Got them all in their little baggies. And that's an extra one. But I'm doing them in packs of 3. But they smell so good. Smells so good. Okay, where can I put you? Let's put you in here. So this is what I'm going to be working on when I flip the camera. I'm going to be working on this bag again. Hey, Rudy. Rudy says he's back. Welcome in. So, yeah, so that's what I've been working on. I've also made several more little face scrubbies. Rudy says, do you want to listen to the Big Pineapple song? I don't know what that is. Then I got the face wash to go in the little baskets. So they're coming together. I think I've got 11 sets completely made, and I've got 15 baskets, so I've almost got all my sets made. I just have to, and I think what I've decided is I'm going to go ahead and get maybe 2 of them in the bags and have them sitting on the table, which people will be welcome to buy that one if they want. And then I'll let them pick their own scent of the wax melt that they want. And then if they want to mix and match the colors for the face scrubby and the towel, then I'll let them do that. And then I'll bag it up and tie it, because what I'm going to use to tie it are these there's just some little thin ribbon. Because one of the sets of bags came with the ties. Well, both were supposed to, but one of them, the side was was open. So I guess the little ties had fallen out. So I remember that, Rudy, that your user got removed. So they gave it back to you? Or did you just rename your new one? But anyway, all right, so let me switch my camera. First, let me add this one to the stage. And then I will flip the camera so that we can get started on crocheting. Maybe. There we go. Ooh. And then we'll turn this camera on. Hi. Oh, before we do that, okay, so if y'all saw my video, when did I put it out? Earlier this week, maybe Monday, regarding the gallery glass from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, y'all want to see what I bought? Hold on. This. Why aren't you switching? Come on. Switch. That's how much I bought. I put it on that shelf. I mean, it was such a good deal, I couldn't pass it up, right? Switch back. Come on. Try again. There we go. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. There's Nancy saying yes. I know she was answering my question. That's how many I bought. But y'all, it was a good deal. So if y'all missed it, you can get this gallery glass. This one's peach. It's regularly $2.49 at Hobby Lobby. That is like glaring. It's usually $2.49 at the Hobby Lobby. And these were on sale for $1.24. So half price. And then they also had some of the leading, which I thought I got 3 of these, but apparently I didn't. I just got, I thought I got the gold, but the gold that I got was actually just gold metallic that is part of the gallery glass. So I got the silver and the bronze, which I'm thinking that these would look really pretty on the glass bulb ornaments, which I have a bunch that I may just decorate with to try it. Hey, Noe, welcome in. Nancy said her Hobby Lobby didn't have any of the gallery glass. Okay, so I did not find the gallery glass with the paint. I have looked for this before at my Hobby Lobby and have never been able to find it. I just kind of happened upon this by accident, and it was over with where they have all of the stuff to make stained glass. So, oh, and these are regularly $2.99. So, it says $2.99. Okay, so this one had the wrong price on it. The regular $5.99 and the leadings were on sale for $2.99. So still half price. But they had a lot of really cool colors that I had not seen before, and I want to try them out. This one's an iridescent, so I want to try them all out. You know, I want to do all the things, but I don't have all the time. But I want to do all the things. Nancy said she didn't look there. Yeah, I found them, like I said, by accident because it wasn't with all of the paint. Rudy said, favorite chocolate bar. I like chocolate in general. Like Snickers. I like Hershey bars. I like Baby Ruths. Okay, so here is, now I got little pieces of wax everywhere. So here is what she's looking like so far. Whoa, we need to zoom back because that is up close. Okay, maybe I am zoomed back. So let's do this instead. There we go. Got my camera. I got my, hey Mandy, welcome in. How are you tonight? I'm going to push this camera back just a smidge. There we go. Got my little Post-it notes. Miss Nancy made this. If y'all ever want to know how to make one of these, go check out Little Treasures by Nancy. She'll show you what I do with my. Okay, so this one, the ball band came off. Apparently Tiny's been laying on this. Got cat fur on it. But this is just 100% wool. This is not superwash. This is just plain old wool. So that it will felt. And I'm going to felt this big old bag at some point. First, I got to find the end. Where on earth is the tail? Okay. It's in here somewhere. Let's see. Noe says Her sister was putting her nephew down for a nap, and her 5-year-old niece managed to bring in the groceries in after a delivery, including a 50-pound bag of dog food. Wow. Hey, Karen. That's amazing. I don't know why my chat over here. There we go. My chat over here on my phone was still way at the top. Okay. Hey, Miguel. Welcome in. Alrighty. We're just going to start somewhere random. This is where I had finished this one off at. But it doesn't matter that the seam is there because I'm going to felt it, so we're not really going to see it anyway. Okay, let me center myself. There we go. All right, Miguel said 2 chest x-rays yesterday showed no pneumonia. That's wonderful that you don't have pneumonia, but you do have a bad upper respiratory infection. Well, hopefully they gave you some antibiotics to knock that out. But that's great that's not pneumonia, that they caught it before that. Started on 3 antibiotics today. Good deal. Hopefully they will knock it out because pneumonia is no fun. Let's see. Noe says she's wondering how did a 5-year-old manage to bring in a 50-pound bag of dog food? Probably drug it, I would think, but that's awesome that she managed to get that 50. It's hard for me to get a 50-pound bag in the house. That's heavy. That's like she probably don't even weigh much more than 50 pounds. Miguel says he was in the ER in February with pneumonia. I had pneumonia, let's see, when did I have it? 2018, I think is when I had it. Awful. So Miguel, I've been working on this. It's going to be a giant basket when it's done. But it's been in the works for quite some time. I guess I could show you, but it's big. It's big. It's going to be a big giant basket. I've already made one of these before, and I gave it to my son and daughter-in-law. Can y'all see me in the little tiny? Hold on. What did I do with it? It's huge, 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 huge. So it's going to become a giant basket. But I know it shrinks down a lot when I felt it. I know it's going to shrink a lot. Probably about a half, maybe even down to a third. So this shrinks a lot. Lisa said, yeah, either that or maybe she push the bag. Yeah, that would be my guess. Push, pull. Miguel said, oh, big. Yeah, but I'm going to felt it, so it's going to shrink a lot. So I'm just going to keep making it. I've got I've got at least 2 more skeins, and I'm going to put both of them in there. No, I don't. I have 3. I have the beigey color, which is what I'm using. I don't remember what it's called, but this color. And then I have, do I have another one of this color? No. I've got another of this one here. And then I have this, can you see the darker one? And then I have this darker one. And I think I'm going to finish the darker for the top. Let's see. Noe said she's also been helping around the house as well by getting her little brother up and ready for the day and picking up and folding the unused puppy pads. That is awesome. She's being a big helper. Okay. So we're doing double crochet. So we're just going to keep on with the doubles. So how's everybody been doing this week? Like I said, I have been working on getting stuff together for a craft show. The craft show is the second week of April 12th, maybe. I'd have to look at my dates. So I've been trying to get my stuff ready for that so that I will be ready to go. And I want to have it as much together as possible. I've still got a few things to make for the baskets. Like I said, they are almost all done. So yay, I should be done with them this weekend. I want to make some more of the candy holders. If y'all missed the Crafty Ladies last at the beginning of the month, we made granny squares and then we folded them up, made them look like a carrot. Then you could put candy down in it. Lisa says she's going to the bushes. All right, thank you, ma'am. You lurk away. So I bought candy to make several of those. So I need to get those made. I've got 4, 5. I think I've got 5 of those already made, and I bought enough candy for a dozen. So I want to finish those, and then because I was trying to come up with things that I could sell at a spring craft show. So I have some. So I picked up these bowls that were on clearance at Walmart. Some of the really cool big bowls from Pioneer Woman, and I'm gonna make like these. I'm gonna have the spa set bags, and then those are just gonna be like mystery basket things, I guess. I don't know. I'll put like a washcloth and maybe some earrings and some other stuff that I already have made up, and just put them in there to try to clear out some inventory. Let's see here. Noe says I've been cooking dinner for when my parents get home and helping my mom out since she's been having shoulder issues. Y'all, my phone is like right here. If y'all see me leaning back, it's because it's like super close. I guess I must have moved where I have when I was doing all the waxing and stuff, I have the waxing. That's something completely different. When I'm making the wax, my disc. Oh, I know. I was recording. That's why it's closer, because I brought it over and had it down and I was recording in front. That's why it's like right here. Woo. Let's see. Kara says pan procures would be good and dishcloths to match. Oh, like the things that go in between the pan protectors. No, tonight I made a flat meatloaf with potatoes and carrots. Ooh, yummy. That's what I had for supper. It was leftovers. That's what we had. Hey, Liz. That's what we had for supper Tuesday. We had meatloaf and mashed potatoes. So I had leftovers. So I had meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green beans, and mac and cheese. Miss Liz says, hey to everybody in the chat. Howdy do. Miss Liz, she's been going live quite a bit, y'all. I lurked during the day. I saw you earlier today. Whoa. Karen said, yep, I made some, and my daughter loves them for her new pans. That's a good idea. So do you just make them flat? Just like a little flat, round, or do you cup them like a bowl? Let me know. But yeah, I was thinking of, because I want to get rid of some of the stuff I've already got made. Not get rid of, but sell. I want to sell it so that I can add new stuff. And I'll take some of the other things that I've got, but I mean, beanies are not going to sell well mid-April because the weather is already getting warm. We've already had several 70-degree days. So unless we just have an unusual cold snap, beanies are not going to sell well in April. And scarves. So I do have a couple of wraps that I'm going to take, but I don't hold the faith that they're going to sell. I mean, that'd be great if they did. But so that's why I wanted to do these like spa sets, and because you've got Easter coming up and you'll have Mother's Day coming up. So I'm hoping that those types of things would sell. So we'll see. Karen said, yes, and they look like a flower pattern on Pinterest. Oh, okay, cool. You're welcome, Miss Liz. Let's see. Noe said, when I made meatloaf for the first time, I had too literal moment and made the meatloaf to fit the cookie sheet. Oh, that's okay, though. Did it taste good? As long as it tastes good. Yeah, meatloaf, if you make it just making it in the loaf pan, it takes it a while to cook. I just knocked my yarn off in the floor. Oh, that big old yarn barf just hit the floor. That's okay. And I'm pretty sure, y'all, that I was using my K hook for this bag, but it's in the other room. So tonight we're using a J. But hopefully, it's not going to storm tonight. Let's see, Liz says she likes the crispy parts of the meatloaf. But we are supposed to get more storms this weekend, which is sucky. And y'all, North Carolina is needing some rain. So hopefully this rain that keeps coming through Tennessee, I wish it would head on over to North Carolina because they are having some fires and stuff. And they desperately need, come here you. They desperately need the rain. They don't need the wind, they just need the rain. No, he said, oh yeah, more sauce coverage for the top. And yeah. I add all kinds of stuff to my meatloaf. A1, cheese. I did not make this meatloaf. My mom did, and it was delicious. Ketchup. But yeah, I always put ketchup and A1 in mine. Oats. I use oatmeal. I don't use breadcrumbs. I usually use oatmeal. Just a little of this and a little of that. But meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Yummy. Yum, yum, yum. This is There we go. But hopefully it won't be too stormy here. Earlier the week they were saying it was going to be very stormy, so I don't know. I'm hoping that has changed because I'm not a big fan of the storms. I mean, we need rain, but I could do without the tornadic activity. Let's see here. Is that my little slippy stitch? That's my little slip stitch. So we're going to, you know what? We're going to put this right here. I don't like that little opening. So we are going to put a little extra one right there. So what I did, showers, I put a double crochet here. Can y'all see? Let me zoom down. And then lock it. Okay. So right here is where I slip stitched my previous round, and then I knotted it off, or I fastened it off rather. But going from here to here was going to leave a big gap, and I didn't like that. So I just put another double crochet here, but I didn't finish it. So it's actually like a 2 double crochet together. Now, once it felts, you're not going to be able to see that at all, but it's going to fill in that gap. No, he said, tonight top sauce was brown sugar, molasses, and liquid smoke. So like a sweet topping. Yummy. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, y'all. This phone, or this, because I'm using my phone here. Hold on a second. Let me turn this camera off. It is so low. Let's raise it up. Okay, let's see here. There we go. That's better. Now I'm not like, I don't know. It was at an odd angle. I didn't like it. Now it's a little up higher and I can see it better. And I can, yeah. But so this weekend, my plans are continue working on the stuff for the spa bags, spa sets, Get those completely done. That way they are done, out of the way. I do still have to make several more of the little, let's show you. So here's what they look like. Here they are closer without the glare on them. Just little. Dump them out. There we go. So they're just little wax melts. I had, like I said, I had a little extra, so I made little bees. But the red ones, which turned out really, you can really see the designs in them very well. Get back in there. This one's pina colada. It's coconut, pineapple. Smells like the beach. Smells like summer. Yum, yum, yum. Very fruity. And then I have a little bit extra of the pina colada, but I didn't have enough to make a whole nother set. So what I'll probably do is save that, and then I might mix it with some of the other fruity scents and make one call it like fruit salad. Whoa. Fruit salad, fruit punch, fruit something. And this is what I'm using. I got these off of Amazon, and they're really good quality. And there were came two to the pack. Yeah, the red one and a blue one. I will try to remember after the live and see. Look, now I got little pieces of wax everywhere. At least it smells good. I dumped wax on this in case y'all wanted to know if you get wax on your fabric, because this was laying there and I dumped cinnamon all over it. I took a paper towel and I put it on top of it, and then I ironed it, and then it soaked it up in the soaked it up into the paper towel. It took me several times of doing it, but I got it all. It did, it did. Hurry, not it again. Come on. So we may not go as long tonight as we have been, just because I want to get back on working on those, and I'm also a little bit tired tonight. It's been a long week. It's my own fault because I've been staying up late working on getting stuff together for the baskets. And except for last night, well, that's not all. Okay. So after I've been working on making the wax melts, I bought some yarn last weekend at Hobby Lobby, and I already know what I wanted to use it for. So I also have been designing a blanket. So after I leave in here and go to bed, my brain has just been, you know how it is when you're trying to sleep and all you can do is think about all the projects you want to do. So I did last night sit down and start writing up that pattern. But I'm not going to start on it yet because I want to finish up two of the other blankets that I've already got going. Well, one is not a blanket. One is a pillow topper, which I need to finish to show my members. And then I'll show y'all too, but members get to see it first. And then I need to get back to work on Winnie's Wonder because I haven't done anything on it in probably a month or so. So I need to get back on that too. Was it Winnie's Wonder, Winnie's Wonderland, Winnie's Wonder, I think is what it's called. I do believe. And to my members, I had planned on doing a live with y'all last weekend, but because of the storms, the electricity went off at the time, I was planning on going live with y'all. So hopefully, if the weather cooperates this weekend, we can get that done. I'll let y'all know when it's going to be. I'll do a post just to let you know. And we may, I wasn't thinking about, okay, so let's get crafting falls on the same day as the craft show. So I haven't decided yet if I may just, instead of doing it on next Saturday, I may postpone it a day. We'll just have to wait and see how that, we'll just have to wait and see. But I will also let y'all know about that. I have a project, or I had ordered something to do on that, and it hasn't come in yet. So hopefully it will be in. If not, I found another punch needle set at Walmart today, and it was actually with all of the craft, like all the craft kits. It wasn't with like the yarn and stuff. It was on the next out over, like where they have all of the craft kits for like from kids up. They had a punch needle to make a fox, and it came with, says it came with yarn. So I wanted to see how thick the yarn is. But I did pick up a punch needle at Hobby Lobby that will work with yarn the other day. I was going to order one off of Amazon, and I just happened to see that one at Hobby Lobby, so I went ahead and picked it up because it was not very expensive. It's not adjustable. Like if y'all have been following the stuff that Liz has been doing, the one she has is adjustable. This one is not. It's just a one size, but like as far as how big the loops are when you punch it through to the other side. But like I said, it wasn't very expensive, so I went ahead and picked it up. So, and if y'all are talking, I'm not getting any comments. So if y'all are chatting and I'm not answering you, I'm not ignoring you. I just am not, nothing's coming through. And it could just be that y'all are all lurking and listening and doing your thing because I see we have 10 little eyeballs. So thank y'all. Oh, there comes in a chat. Hello, Mom. My mom said they just got home from eating at the log cabin with the Golden Agers from church. Ooh, I like log cabin. That's a restaurant near here. It's very tasty. Very, very tasty. They have good pork chops. They're really thick pork chops too. It's on the other, like I live on this side of the county. I used to live on that side of the county, and it's at the next county over. So it used to be very close to my house, like 5-10 minute drive. Now it's about a 35-minute drive, but very good food. They have the best cream style corn. It tastes like they just picked it straight out of the garden. And yeah, Mom said the chicken livers were perfect tonight. So she must have had chicken livers. But their cream style corn, oh, so good. So good. Mommy. Hey, Lisa. She said popped in to leave her thumb. Going for lunch. Catch you later. All right, Miss Lisa. And Lisa posted a video earlier. She's been working on she's making a scarf. It's really pretty blue. And Miss Eden posted a video. She was getting ready to make some lasagna. Or she got the stuff to make a veggie lasagna. Sounds good. But Miss Lisa, you enjoy your day or enjoy lunch. This basket, I need to finish it. But it's one of those things where I'm just making it just because. I wasn't making it for anybody or for anything, just to make it. Like I said, I had already made one, and I took it to a craft show to keep my stuff in, and my kiddos were needing something to keep some stuffed animals or toys in. So I gave it to them. Lisa says, thank you, I will. And she's like, yes, I've been knitting a lot. I've been seeing your videos. I don't always comment on them. I try to. But usually, like if I'm at work, I'll get the notification that a video is posted. So I'll just turn it on while I'm working. Today I was like, I need to comment. At least leave a little emoji. And y'all, like y'all are ever, if you ever come across any of my videos, you don't have to leave like a huge comment, which I mean, you don't have to leave a comment at all. But if you just want to leave like a little smiley face or a thumbs up or a heart, an emote, any kind of emoji, that qualifies as a comment and kind of helps out the channel a little bit. YouTube sees that people are commenting on the videos, and it just helps us out, helps all the content creators. So if y'all think about it, just leave us a little smiley face. Noe says they have, let's see, they have the 2014 World Series on TV, and that was the year where Kansas City radio stations were playing that Lord song, Royal, every hour on the hour. They will never be royal. I like that song though, but they did play it a lot. Karen says, I have a basket pattern where you hold 7 yarns together. I've seen that. Rudy, hey, please don't ask people to type specific things. They just like to watch and listen and type what they want to type. But that is a good song though. They will never be royal. Let me scooch the little. I got to get the wax out of the way again. I thought I got it all, but apparently I didn't. Ugh. Flipping my big old basket around. Oh, he says, and the San Francisco radio stations banned that song. Did they really? Oh, wow. Lisa said, yep, I try to leave an emoji as much as I can. There's Tammy leaving some emojis. Hey, Tammy. Lisa says, I love that song from Lord. Yeah, I haven't, I'll have to, now I'm going to have to listen to it after the live ends because I haven't heard it in a long time. It doesn't seem like, you said 2014. Oh my goodness. Is that what you said? Yeah, 2014. It doesn't seem like it's been that long since that song came out. Time flies, y'all. Time flies. Thank you, Miss Nancy. Lisa says, have I heard Pentatonic sing that song? I don't think I have. Ooh, I love Pentatonics. I haven't heard them in a long time either. See, now I'll have to go look them up too. Okay. All right, y'all. All my yarn barf has been used, so now I got to pull more yarn out. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Now that song's playing in my head. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my goodness. That's what's going on in my head. That song on repeat. And it will be on repeat until I listen to it or sing it and get it out of my system. Dun, 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 or until I think of another song to take its place. Lisa says, okay, so I better go now for lunch. Thanks for the chat and go and listen to Royal. I will. And I'm going to listen to Pentatonic sing it too. And for those, if y'all don't know who Pentatonics is, they are an a cappella group they're amazing. They're really good. Really good. Well, hey, Tinykins. Mr. Tonton's coming in to say hey. He hasn't been making it over to the table, over here to the desk. Now he did when I was making the wax melts. He wanted to get up on the chair, sit behind me. Like, you can't sit there, you're gonna make a mess. And then I ended up making a mess big enough for both of us. I don't if y'all can see over my shoulder right here. That's my little that's my craft room crock pot. And I had a hot water bath going so that I could melt the wax out of that Frappuccino candle that I had made. And yeah, I made a giant mess. Splattered wax everywhere, so now I got to clean it up. My mom says, you can sing it for us while you crochet. I could. I don't remember all the words. I remember that part of it, though. You will never be royal. Ugh. Gotta get some more yarn. Hold on. Oh, wait, what time it is? 8:40. Let me grab our Jeopardy question right quick. Okie dokie. Banner. Okay, so the category is still catchphrases. I think most of y'all are going to get this one. It's kind of like the one last week, but I think y'all are going to get it. I have faith. Okay, so the category, catchphrases. Despite the proverb, you can catch more fruit flies with this, especially, wait, let me rephrase that because I want to keep wanting to say it wrong. Okay. Despite the proverb, you can there should be a comma here, but there's not one. They didn't have it in the thingy. I think there should be a comma. I should have put the comma that way that my brain would know to pause. Okay. Despite the proverb, you can catch more fruit flies with this, especially the apple cider type, than with honey. There we go. I had to read it over here because on my phone it's very tiny. So again, despite the proverb, you can catch more fruit flies with this, especially the apple cider kind. Miss Tammy says, what is vinegar? Chris K says, what is vinegar? Nancy says, what is honey? Let me read it again, Miss. There, Nancy says vinegar. For those that are lurking and listening, let me read it to y'all again. Again, the category is catchphrases, and the answer is, despite the proverb, you can catch more fruit flies with this, especially the apple cider type, than with honey. I feel like they made that super confusing the way they worded it. Like, I feel like they could have said, despite the proverb, you can catch more fruit flies with this. Or, I don't know. I don't know how they could have worded it better, but my brain was wanting to make that whole first part. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say because I said I tried to read it like even though I read the questions like obviously as I'm typing them in, but I try to like read it before I say it to y'all. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know how it could have been worded better, but you know, it's Jeopardy. I'm sure it is worded in the correct fashion. It's just it's the reader that's making it confusing. Hey, Liz, welcome in. So we got Liz Crochet and Liz Santa Bria. Welcome in. Miss Liz saying hello to everybody. And now Royals is playing in my head again. Get a little treat. And y'all, I got my Taco Bell cup. I'm actually not drinking Dr. Pepper. Anybody want to guess what I'm drinking? And what is in my cup did not come from Taco Bell. It came from my refrigerator. But I figured no need to mess up a cup when I already had that cup out. It was empty, so filled it up. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit y'all. It's not the trivia question, but if y'all want to guess what I'm drinking, drop it in the chat. Chris K says root beer? Question mark. Hey, Angela, welcome in. How are you tonight? My mom says water. Chris K says baby shark. That will definitely take the place of Royal. I did send my friend a video the other day, and that song was playing. Chris K says tea. Tammy says sweet tea. Here, I'll show y'all. It is dark. I don't know if y'all can. There we go. So it's a little darker than sweet tea. Definitely darker than water. And for those that are just coming in, if you want to answer, or if you want to play along with a Jeopardy question, we just it's just for funsies. But the category is catchphrases, and the answer is: despite the proverb, you can catch more fruit flies with this, especially the apple cider type, than with honey. And Miss Tammy has changed her answer to Pepsi. Got a string on there. Miss Angela said she is doing okay. Well, awesome. And y'all, this basket, I don't even remember how many stitches around it is, but sure, I feel like we've been crocheting for forever. Oh, yay, there's the end. We're almost around. Woohoo! My nail's hooked on it. So to answer the question of what's in my cup, Miss Chris K got it right. It is actually root beer. I haven't had root beer in a long time, and they had Dollar General had their 2 liters, like buy three for $6, which is a good deal on a 2 liter. And they only had 2 Dr. Peppers. So I got a root beer to go with it. So I got 2 Dr. Peppers and a root beer. Got another vinegar coming in by Miss Lisa. I'll drop that answer here in just a moment, or the question to the answer. I'll drop it before the 9 o'clock hour because, like I said earlier, I think we're going to end a little bit early tonight. So if y'all know of anybody else that is going live that we can raid over to, y'all just let me know. I believe Jessica SMC is going live tonight. I believe she's on her over on her channel. I believe I saw earlier. Hey, Susan, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? We are almost back around. And then I will change the camera and show y'all how big this basket is. But like I said, y'all, it's going to get felted, so it's going to shrink a lot. And it will not end up being this big. And since I'm felting it, I'm not using a fancy stitch. I'm just doing double crochet Some of the rounds I did a half double. So nothing fancy with it, just half doubles. Put y'all up there. And go ahead, turn this camera off. Switch my camera. Hey. Okay, so this is the bottom of the basket. Oh, let me turn that back off. Boop. So that's the bottom of the basket that you can see with the dark color. There we go. So I figure when it shrinks down, it'll probably only be about yay wide, is my guess. And then right now, it's that tall. Susan said, what yarn and pattern am I using? I am not using any pattern. I am just making it up. I made a big giant circle. And then for right here, I did a half double around, I think. I think that's what I did. And then I worked in the side of it to get that little braid look, which once it gets felted, you're not gonna be able to see it. No, I take that back. I did depending on which way I was doing it. Let's see. I did back post double crochets all the way around to get that little braid. Because then I did the rice stitch right here. And I did that because I wanted it to be extra thick right there. So hopefully it'll help it stand up. Hey, Rachel. And then I've just been doing double crochets, and then except for right here where I forgot what I was doing, and I did half doubles. But like I said, once it gets felted, you're not gonna be able to see it, and the stitches aren't gonna. It's gonna all felt together, and it's gonna be a solid fabric. So, but it's big. It's big. But I'm gonna make it a little bit taller. Like I said, I've got 3 more. So I'm going to do a few more rounds with this, and I may not use all of this, but I'm going to go ahead and do the same amount of rows that I did here, or rounds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 4 rows there, and then I'm going to go back to this darker color, and then I'm going to finish off the very top with this really dark color. And I'll show y'all. I've got this one. I don't have the ball band on. It's somewhere. It got broken because it's been in a basket, and they come undone. I mean, not a basket, in a bag. But I love this wool. The line is clearing. There we go. I love this wool. Naturals. It's 100% wool. Let me take this down. Take off the banner. Oh no, wait. Let me give y'all the answer first. I was going to take off the banner. I didn't even tell y'all the answer or the question, although I think the majority of y'all had got it. So again, for those that are listening, lurking, catching the replay, not looking at the screen, tonight's category was catchphrases, and it's despite the proverb, you can catch more fruit flies with this, especially the apple cider type, than with honey. And the question to the answer is, what is vinegar? So all of y'all that said vinegar, y'all were correct. And Miss Susan says, how do you felt? I've never done felting. So you have to use 100% wool. It doesn't have to be 100% wool, but it has to be untreated wool. So you don't want superwash. You want it to be natural wool. And this one that I'm using is 100% wool. I was looking for the color. Okay, so this one here is called umber. But because I do have some Chloe. I was laying right here. I was like, what did I do with it? And this Chloe is a combo. It is not 100% wool, but it is not superwash. It's just regular wool. But it is a high content. It does have a high wool content. It's 70% wool, 30% viscose, and this will felt. It does not felt as small. It doesn't shrink up as small as if you're felting 100% wool. But anyway, so you make your project big, very, very big, because once you felt it, it's going to shrink a lot. So I'm making a basket. I've made a purse, and I've made like a little. What I made with the Chloe was a little purse thing to hold my cell phone. So I made it twice as wide as my cell phone and about twice as tall. And then I made a long strap on it, and then I felted it. And it shrunk down to where I had about this much space on either side of the cell phone, and it was a little bit taller than my cell phone. And I would show it to you, except for baby girl liked it, so baby girl got it. Because that's what I do. She wanted it, so I gave it to her. But I have more of the Chloe, so I'll probably make another one, and I'll show y'all how it felt. But this basket, when it's done, it'll probably be half the size that it is. So because this wool felts down really small. But anyway, so after you get it made, then you do what it says not to do with your wool. You know, it says hand wash, lay flat to dry. Well, instead of doing that, what you do is you throw it in the washing machine on hot and you wash it, and then it felts it. Susan said she wants some wool from Matt and Rebecca, I believe is her name. Oh, that's cool. And then it shrinks it down. I put mine in there with a bath towel just so it gets a little bit of because the felting, you know, it's the friction. So it works better if you have the agitator in your washing machine. But yeah. So I just put a teeny tiny bit of detergent in there. I didn't use a lot. Put it on hot, tossed it in there with the hand towel, or a bath towel rather, and then it will shrink it down. It's like magic. So when it's done, it'll probably be about yay wide. Maybe a little bit wider. Who did I look? Crystal Bag O'Day is where I saw how to felt, because I had never actually done it, and she made a bag and showed how to felt. So, but she gave the step by steps, but that's really all there is to it. You just make it. It's going to shrink it down a third to a half. Hey, Diane, she says, sorry I'm late. That's quite all right. We're going to cut it short tonight, but thank you. Susan says, what if you don't have a washing machine? Can you just put it on hot water? You can, but what felts it is the agitation, so you may have to probably have to rub it. I don't know how long it would take to felt it. You might want to take it to the laundromat, because it wouldn't take it long, but it might take long if you try to do it by hand. I don't know. Anybody in the chat, has anybody ever hand felted a project? Let us know. And I just tossed mine in the dryer for just a little bit. Just enough to kind of dry it a little bit more and get some of the fuzzies, because it does get lots of little floof balls, lots of little floofy yarn balls. Oh, there you go. Karen said she did a yarn bowl, and she used a plunger in the sink. There you go, Susan. That's a good idea, Karen. I hadn't even thought about that. Get you a plunger. I mean, you could pick up a plunger at Dollar Tree, and then just, that's a good idea. And see, and I had thought about, you said yarn bowl made me think. So I had thought about, because I had bought these little guys. I bought these little baskets for the spa sets. I bought them at Dollar Tree. But I was thinking I can make little baskets and felt them. We'll make them, make bigger baskets and then felt them down. And then it would be then you would have like a little felted bowl. So I may do some of those next time. Lisa says, nope, I'm allergic to wool. Yeah, that would not be good if you are allergic. That would be a no-go. It's going to fall. Don't fall. Karen says, you beat up the yarn. Don't be nice. Hey, Deneen, welcome in. She said, good evening, good evening, good evening. Take this banner off. Welcome to those that are coming in. We're actually getting ready to head out because I'm going to get back to working on stuff for the craft show. But I did work on my whip. So here's the basket. Whoa. So the craft show is mid-April. I want to say it's the 12th. I'm just knocking stuff all kinds off. Let's see here. Let me look at my dates here. I can tell y'all exactly when it is. It is. It's the 12th. I got it right. Yay me. Woohoo. Okay, so after that, then I'll get back on finishing up my stuff. Denise says, do you do well at the spring craft sales? Yes and no. I really have to. The first one I did not do very well. Just because I didn't have enough stuff that was geared towards spring. But every year since then, I've been trying to come up with things that I can do. One year I made wreaths to go, and those went well, but I don't enjoy the wreath making. Like, it's fun and I can do it, but it takes me a long time to make them, and I'm really kind of particular about how I do them, and they just take me forever, so they're not as fun and relaxing as other projects. And one year I made sock gnomes, and those did really well, but neither one of those are crochet. So this year I'm making spa sets, so I'm hoping that they do well because I've made several. But what I'm putting in them is a face scrubby. They're going in a little basket. I've got face wash. And then I also made, I have other baskets too. And then I also have a face towel. So it's a little bit bigger than what I normally do my washcloths at. It's about 11 inches instead of an 8 or 9. And so they're going to get a washcloth and a face scrubby, the face wash. Then they're also going to get some wax melts. Boop. Then I'm also going to put some chocolate in there. And then it's all going into a little baggie, or not a baggie, but it's going into one of the cellophane bags. Then I'm going to pull it up and tie a little bow on it. So that is, Karen says the month is almost over. You better get busy. Oh, I've got 11 sets are made. All I got to do is put the candy in it and wrap it up. So I have 11 made out of the 15. Got quite a few of these already made up. So they're almost done. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So there's my 4 baskets left. Whoa, knocking off face scrubbies. So I've about got all of those made. Karen said headbands would be fast. Yep. What state am I in? I am in Tennessee. And then I have a dozen of these. These are mocha frappuccinos. And they smell so good. Oh my goodness. They smell so good. So those, I've got extras of the wax melt. So hopefully, that's not like my primary thing though. These were just because I didn't feel like the face scrubbies and the hand towel or the face towel. I didn't think that was enough, so I was trying to think of something else that I could put in there. And I was gonna do goat's milk soap, but the lady I was going to talk to, she already has a booth at this craft show and so I didn't want to get her soap to put in my thing to sell at my booth. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would kind of like be a conflict, but I am going to talk to her about maybe getting some made up to put in them on Etsy. Donnie says she only really does fall and winter sales, but I've been making things that could sell in the spring now. I don't have one in here. I also made, which I made them, but I didn't have them at my spring sale, so I'm going to take them back because they didn't sell in fall and winter, and that was the little coasters that you put into a pot that look like flowers. Let me pull it up. I've got a tutorial for it. Let me pull it up on my channel right quick, and I will show y'all what I'm talking about. I do have a few of those left. I did sell some, so I do have a few of those, but let's see here. My videos. My channel. Give me just a second. Ooh, where you at? Where's my playlist? See, that's the problem when I look on my computer versus on my phone. They're like in totally different places. And they're not in the same order. Why can't they just be in order? There we go. Don't start playing. Shh. There we go. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. Pause. Okay. And now share screen. These here. So I made those, and I did sell a couple in winter, but I feel like these would probably sell better now than they did. Because just of the time of year it is. Stop screen share. You know what? I can drop you down. Susan says, I really want to make a tie blanket. Oh, you should do one. Hey, Tina. She said, finally able to make it. A little late. Well, welcome in. But I think those would sell. And I just use the small. I keep looking around because they're usually sitting in here, but they're in there with all my inventory. Here, I've got the little tiny ones, the little tiny terracotta pots. And then you just shove them down in there, which this one's really tiny. The ones in the video are a little bit bigger than this one. But this one's holding my glue sticks. But that's what I used. And now is a good time, too, because you can find these little terracotta pots just about everywhere that sell that kind of stuff. Walmart, Dollar General. And then you just make, those are just round, and then you just change up the color on the edging and shove them down in there and make cute little wildflowers. Susan said, I have to get some fleece material. And you know what, Susan, you might could find some, do you have a Joann's near you? And if so, has it fully closed or is it still open? Because you might be able to get a good deal on some fleece if they're still open. Because, they have a lot of their stuff marked down. I don't know. I haven't been to the Joann's near me, so I don't know what's left or what the prices are. I really haven't seen anybody say much about it here lately. So I don't know. I know some of them were going to be closed by mid-March and others were going to be closed in by May. So, but you might could find a good deal on it there. And you could probably find some now that we're heading into spring and summer. You might go find some fleece on sale at maybe even Hobby Lobby or Walmart because that's more of a winter fabric. So you might go find a good deal on some. I bought a kit for one of my nieces to make a blanket. That's all they had to do. I think it was for her. It might have been my stepdaughter, but the kind, and it already came with the little squares, and they were already cut and everything. All they had to do was tie them. I think I got it at Michael's. Hey, Connie. She says, howdy doodle, Pam. How are you doing today? I'm working on my knit cable sweater. Ooh, awesome. I'm doing good. I was working on this big old giant basket that I'm going to felt. It's ginormous, but it will shrink. What I need to do, because I don't think I measured it, and I do have a video where I felted a bag, but I don't think I measured it. So if y'all want to, let's see. Whoop. If Nancy, if you're still in here, if you want to grab that link to where I felted that bag, if not, I can go find it. But it'll show you, like, it goes from big to not big. It's like magic, really. The first time I did it, I was like, what? So it shrinks a lot. Connie says, greetings, all my beautiful, amazing yarny friends. How are y'all doing today? Well, today is my Friday, so woohoo! So after I finish up here, after we finish up the live, then I'm going to get back to working on some of this other stuff. Nancy's still here. Will you see if you can find the bag that I felted? The thumbnail looks kind of like this, I think. I think that's what the thumbnail for it looks like. Something to that effect. But that's but it shows the bag that I felted in that, so you can, like, I don't think it's a very long video, but you can see the bag that I made. I don't show you how I made the bag because I may have followed Crystal's for that particular bag. I think I followed Crystal Bag O'Day's tutorial, I do believe. And then I felted it because that's what she had made hers out of. So I just made the bag she made, and then I felted it, and it was like magic. Magic. There you go. Pam's first felted bag. But it's really cool. And it does get floofy. I mean, it you know how, like, when you work with like Angora or stuff and it, like, floofs off? Well, when you felt wool, you get the little wool balls. You can also, like, make your own wool dryer balls. You can. That you can. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I think I'm about to hop out of here. Is anybody live, or does anybody in chat want to go live? If so, let us know. We will drop your channel link, and we will send people over to watch y'all. But like I said, after the craft show in February, after the craft show in April. Hey, Angel, she says she's been lurking. Hit the like button. Yes, please. Oy. But after the craft show is over in April, I will get back on my whips and try to get some of these finished up. This is on my to-do list for 2025. I want to get this done because I started this basket a long time ago. And it's been sitting in a bag in the corner of the craft room. So I dug it out, and it's going to get made. Nancy says VJ is live. Oh, I did see that one just a minute ago. Yeah, let's do a raid over to VJ's. Can you grab her link, Nancy? I did see that she was doing a pop-up live. She had somebody when I went to get that Mayflower, which I can drop that too. Hold on. Copy. This is the coaster set that I was sharing. Oopsie. that is the coaster set that I was showing y'all. My mom says good night. Susan says bye. Everyone take care. Yes. So y'all, let's head over to BJ's. Let's just do a bee raid over there and say howdy do. And where is my... There it is. All right, y'all. I will see y'all around the YT streets. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. Remember, be creative. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.